We have seen different kinds of unemployment in India. What exactly is unemployment? Now we are discussing what are the causes of unemployment in India, why people are unemployed. So we'll discuss some of the problems of unemployment in India. The first and the foremost is slow rate of economic growth. We all know that the economic growth is very slow in India. So obviously when economic growth is slow, we won't be employing more people. Only when you have more industries coming out, so more people get employment. So that's the first reason. There's a slow growth rate of employment because slow economic growth. The second point in the causes of unemployment is population explosion. So we know this very well. India is one of the most populated countries in the world. The population keep on increasing. There is population explosion. Because of this, it's very difficult to put all eligible people into employment. That's the next reason, the population explosion. The third one is underdeveloped agriculture. See, in rural areas, the agriculture is very backward. So we're not taking a lot of initiatives to develop agriculture so that we can put a lot of people in agriculture. So already they have in agriculture, we discussed disguised unemployment, they have seasonal employment. Because of no development in agriculture, we are not able to accommodate more people into agriculture. That's why there is unemployment. The next one, defective education system. In India, we have defective education system. What it means, every year, thousands and thousands, lakhs of students pass out of schools and colleges without any practical knowledge, without any knowledge of doing on their own to produce something like other countries like China. So the education system mostly in India is theory oriented. So when you come out of the school and college, you won't be in a position to produce anything. So that's why people look for jobs, either in the government sector or private sector. The next one, you have slow growth of industry. That's the fourth reason for unemployment in India. The industrial growth is slow. Not new industries are coming out. Maybe there is no infrastructure. So otherwise, industry is a major sector which employs people. So when the industry is growing very slow, we won't be able to employ more people. And decline of cottage and small scale industries. During the Britishers' time, the cottage and small scale industries were destroyed. They gave encouragement to their own industries. So still it is continuing. The cottage and small scale industries have been destroyed because of machine-made goods. People prefer to go in for that because they're much cheaper. So the people who were employed in village and cottage industries have become unemployed. Faulty planning. Our 5-year plans and yearly plans are faulty. We are not able to generate more employment in the plans. Though we make a target of employing more people, but because of faulty planning, we're not able to employ more people. Inadequate employment planning. So I told you in the earlier point that we make points to employ more people, but it's not adequate. Only the planning is made, but no implementation is done. And the last point is low capital formation. See, the economy will develop. The GDP of the country will develop only if there is more industrialization, more industries will come up. So when these are not coming up, so obviously why they're not coming up? Because of low infrastructure. So because of that, we are not able to employ more people. Infrastructure is not there, investment is not there, so obviously the employment level is also low. So we read it out. Please listen to this carefully. What are the causes of unemployment in India? Number one, slow rate of economic growth. The actual growth rate always lies far below the rate targeted in the 5 decades of planning. Employment opportunities created under the plans could not keep pace with the additions to the labor force. The second point, population explosion. The rapid rate of population growth has been another cause of increasing unemployment in the country. It has not been possible to generate so many employment opportunities to absorb large growing labor force. The third point, underdeveloped agriculture. Heavy pressure of population on land and the primitive methods of agricultural operations are responsible for massive rural unemployment and underemployment in the country. The fourth point, defective education system. The prevailing education system in India is full of defects, as it fails to make any provision for imparting technical and vocational education. As a result, educated people are unable to meet the requirement of the firms. Slow growth of industry. Due to shortage of capital and lack of modern advanced technology, industrial sector could not gain its momentum and could not generate sufficient employment opportunities in the country. Sixth point, decline of cottage and small scale industries. A number of traditional village and cottage industries have declined over the years due to change in the demand preferences and emergence of more efficient modern industries. As a result, a large number of people have become unemployed. Seventh point, faulty planning. The plans could not stop the migration of rural population into urban areas. The plans were unable to encourage use of labor-intensive techniques of agricultural and industrial production. The plans have failed to put due emphasis on employment-generating programs like development of dairies, fisheries, and poultry farming. Insufficient infrastructure facilities like power, transportation, communication, roads, etc. have greatly hampered the expansion of work opportunities. Eighth point, inadequate employment planning. Low priority has been given to employment objectives in the plans. There has been complete absence of any legal provisions to implement employment generating schemes. And last point, low capital formation. Low rate of capital formation has hampered the growth potential in the agricultural and industrial sectors. Consequently, job creation capabilities of both the sectors have been affected adversely.